these other matches, but we do. Fnatic and Vitality both sit a map up in their series. Now that is good news for NaVi, but still, can they take their life, I guess, into their own hands? We'll have to see. And NiP, a phenomenal beginning to this series. Let's see if they can keep it going. CT Mirage, good place to be. NaVi dueling out mid.
Yeah, shots getting exchanged here. You can see that they've been able to kind of trade this one even. NaVi come looking for real estate, but even though they've got middle, falling into this 4-on-4, there is a chance that they could meet up with S-Tag once again, as he is looking to push and prod the catwalk. They know about him. I know he was here, but nothing's been offered up. NaVi sat pretty with mid under their belts. They're more than content with it. Now where do they want to end up?
Creeping, crawling back to B, perhaps. Sundayoung lobbing a flash in A. This is all a fake out that NiP aren't falling for. 3 strong on this B site. They've seen a man, and that's only going to keep the stack here as well. NaVi don't really have much of a choice. They're running amok. They're committing right through the apartments. Oh, headshot is nice, but the bomb's been dropped from Plopsky, sitting behind the car. He's already got 2 to his name. And now, running out of time, is Electronic in the site. 2 kills already, but his teammate is not going to be here to party. Electronic has got to do it all solo right now. He will cross for a second. Rez fighting, finishes the job. And it's only Sundayoung in a 1-on-3. No time, simply. Even if he gets 2 kills, this round is all NiP's, folks.
Yeah, physically isn't time, and oh no, Sundayoung even going to die off the time in the pistol.
Ouch.
Ooh, that's like a slowed down version of it, man, because it needs the full gravity of it. Out of all the ways to lose a pistol round, dying off the time is defo the worst. It now forces NaVi into a force buy. At a bare minimum, you know, you can kind of try to get on top of it easier if it's in a pistol. It just sucks for Sundayoung, who's going to be playing Glock Smoke.
My favorite second round buy. Well, the smoke's gone, so Sundayoung's round is over, as far as we know.
No, there's another, look, there's another smoke. He's gonna,
they're giving him smokes.
Oh, the smoke man, the smoke man.
Here, you can do something too.
Everyone gets a turn.
Window smoke in, but it's bit crawling out from under as Electronic flashes the top of middle. No eyes on the prize for NiP. They just sit back in their bomb sites. They've even got this double app set up as well. Bait and switch with the jump is a very good play for second round of the half. Ampers will never be cleared. But that's mainly because NaVi aren't going B. Bomb, back in spawn, 3rd smoke of the round for Sundayoung.
Yes.
Woo, he contributes.
Right, man, we've all had that friend who never has any money because they're spending it all on smokes, and it's, in this game, some die after time doing it. Brolin will best simple over at ramp, the receiving end of that little famous spray down. Not really teed NaVi up to get a lot done here. Losing simple out of the gate. Bit might be out through the connector, but that Tech9 fires off. Did give it away, but he's still good for the kill. And there is damage done onto S-Tag. Brolin is bearing a lot of the responsibility for this A-bomb site. And looks away at just the wrong moment. Bits on a tear. 3 in the round, and Perfecto now rises to the occasion as well.
What is going on? Somehow NaVi are going to do it, and Hampers, I think he's already thrown in the towel here. He's backing out. NaVi get it, gone. And it's all bit with that Tech9 tap into jungle. The gun picked up, spams out S-Tag from under Balk, and then the overface, or rather the reposition, a back of triple. Awkward timing for Brolin. If he stayed on that angle, probably NiP win the round, but instead, NaVi come in with not even much of a force. It's going to be theirs to win. Sundayoung gives his gun over, but it's not the end of the world here. Force by wars have begun, though.
That is not what NiP were hoping for, and you know, with how it started, it's one where if it wasn't for Bit going absolutely huge, would have been a very different story. That's kind of one of the things that's been missing from some of these NaVi games, is bit, right? I think this tournament's really showing how key, how much of an important player he is within this squad, because I feel like he's somewhat been underperforming here. He's looked a little more, I mean, Mao even tweeted, he said he looked more mortal than ever. And I think that's reflected in how NaVi have done at the event. So him off to a good start might be a good sign.
Yeah, crazy. It's felt like, honestly, at times, Electronic has been the most impactful player, considering he's put up some really big numbers in a few games while leading as well. And even some die young at times. Obviously, Simple is the highest rated out of the team, but I think that was, you know, mainly came off the game yesterday against Vitality, where he did look really good, looked like his normal self. Quiet Inferno, but this game has begun, and they've armed him with the A1S. NiP double set up on the ramp. They leave Rez to watch middle. He does hit his shot with the scout. God, this guy is quick. Barely got given anything there. Still puts Bit down to 15 points of health. Electronic is in con, waiting to go on his team's contact. Right now, the timings that we saw let NiP down last round might appear again, because Rez is super open to Palace. Best attack doesn't hit a Deeg shot, and he's in trouble.
Okay, Brolin's gonna win the ramp engagement. That's a tag as well. Rez's scout will deliver. S-Tag takes one of the grave, and Rez just keeps putting them in body bags over at the A site. Uh-oh, I said that Bit was looking good. Well, now he's got to look real good in the 1v4 at 15 points of health with 10 seconds. He would have to start physically flying, ascending above the map if he wanted to somehow win this one. There just isn't time. So he's out of there trying to save, and the Force Spy Wars, they continue, don't they? Gotta say, man, Rez, give this guy a scoped gun, and he's looking like a different man.
And that would be awesome to see Rez on the primary AWP role. Just off the back that, you know, he was obviously one of the most hot prospects in Sweden, one of the best riflers we saw in a long time, but he did stagnate, certainly. And, you know, it feels like we haven't had the 2017 Rez, the 2018 Rez, you know, in the last couple of years. Obviously, NiP have gone through a lot of changes, a lot of moves around. They've got a lot of stars. But to see Rez reinvent himself as an AWPer when he's so often been a secondary AWPer for multiple NiP teams, I think that would be such a cool, you know, resurgence for this player. So, you know, let's see what the longevity is behind these changes for NiP, because, of course, they not only have this group and potential playoffs in order, but they also have the RMR coming up in about a month's time. So it's all up for debate as to roles in NiP. I think these results will affect everything as well. Roland gone, Bit. You need him on, and he started.
Oh, but this time his journey's brought to a much faster close. S-Tag soaking up some shots, trying to reposition here. And oh, you thought he had that one in the bag, but Simple's held on. Oh, Rez takes one out of the round, but they are starting to spill over into his bomb site. Still, he can hold off. He doesn't have to peek. He's got Plopsky committed to a flank. Coming up the ramp now. The timing could be perfect on this, and it is. Yeah. There's the bomb tumbling away from NaVi, and just Electronic left now in the hot seat. 1 versus 2. Smoke down. Knows about the ramp, man. Has the bomb as well. 30 seconds. Electronics going around the world to try and win this.
Oh, it's a brain off. In-game leader on the mic. He's moving round. And he will get that plant on B before they're even there. They're scared of the window room. He's gone up catwalk, and he's got a short plant as well. This is great. The only problem is Plopsky has util, right? Molly, smoke, anything down on the bomb or short, and Electronics in, you know, a sticky situation here. They've got to work this one out. How quickly will that brain tick for NiP as the bomb is running out of time already? Nearly half-clicked. Rez moving up, trying to hunt this kill right now. Tucking in the corner. Plopsky smokes the bomb. Rez is going to late peek, but he's been seen. His barrel gives it up. He still hits the headshot. That's expertly done from Rez and Plopsky to find that 2-on-1. They figure out where he's not, and therefore they know where he is. Force by Wars abruptly ended by NiP. This kill's crazy. I don't know how S-Tag bludgeoned that one.
Yeah, I think it's semi-understandable because S-Tag heard the dink, so he's probably thinking like, oh,
Yeah,
he's
just
really
crouch spam,
low,
one
I'll
bullet.
just crouch
Yeah.
spray, one bullet lands, I win that. In reality, it was a dink through the wall. Simple was hit for like 30 health, so... Right, good early damage here, trying to contain the D ground. Electronic and Perfecto already injured, already hurting. And so that's going to really hurt NaVi's chances of accomplishing much in this eco. I don't think NiP going to be feeling some pressure here to put up a great CT side. I know their T side Inferno was like deceptively great, but I don't imagine that kind of thing's going to happen twice.
Can't presume.
I feel like, you know, eventually we trend back to the norm, and that's where we see the NiP T sides fall off a little bit. So
that we know and hate.
Yeah, I really do think they need to put a lot of work in here and now. Bit still. Always good for a kill in these rounds, and Simple's even dropped himself another.
Cheeky.
Oh my god, S-Tag can't play anywhere in this side of the map. He's getting spammed no matter where he ends up. He's out of the round. Simple's now getting this bomb down. Could get caught by Rez in CT, but the timing just doesn't allow it. NiP, a man down in this retake. This was versus just Deegs, not even armor.
They know where everyone is, though. All the info's there for NiP. They've got a smoke kit flash. They've just got to be quick again. Crossfire's available from NaVi, and they can spam the smoke if they try and stick the defuse. Simple's going to throw himself into the fray. Good spray. Plopsky's off the bomb. Rez hits another shot. Quick flick back. No way he's going to do it. On the stick again. Knife out. He's fully committed, fully convinced, but shot through the legs by Young. And NaVi hold on. That was not even a full force back. And they're going to do it on the eco. The wars continue. Force or not, we play on with these rifle rounds, or these low econ rounds, rather. Rifles are a rare commodity. But NaVi gets so much money from winning an eco. They were at 5-6K on some of these players. Some beautiful D shots. And yeah, S-Tag, he's getting wrecked right now. Like under Balk dying,
dude, that's
pushing
the,
ramp
like,
dying,
you know,
behind triple spam.
Yeah, I don't even think you can say it in a way where it's like, shame on you, S-Tag.
No, just...
Oh, you hid behind triple and got spammed to
These
death?
splits are very annoying right now.
Yeah. Everything he's done at A has just kind of led to him getting wrecked in normally the most ludicrous ways. So probably need NiP to figure out where and how they want to use him. Do want to try and get him back in the game a little bit.
Insta window, but NiP don't care. They're throwing themselves into it anyway. Boost out under on that con smoke as well. He will die. The bit gets quickly traded. Now this is the hard part. How the hell do you get out of here? Fully flashed out. Rez gets spammed, and so will S-Tag from below. They know he's still in position. I mean, he was always a lamb to the slaughter in that round. Nice reaction from NaVi, who don't let it get too out of control.
Yeah, that kill there from Young, kind of similar to a old form of, you know, medieval torture where they would strap the iron shoes to your boots and then put you on hot coals so you danced around. You know, that's kind of what just happened to S-Tag, having to jump over bullets, but they would kill him eventually. He's just kind of delaying the inevitable.
That's just horrific, Harry. Little gap. Electronics just missed Brolin, though, because he's crept under it.
Brolin, very small little man. Very short king, but Electronics seen him. And we'll deal with him. Any hope of the pistols making this one get a little bit weird? Should be dealt with now. And NaVi feeling good to tie us up at 3-3.
Bogdan's Law taking effect with half health.
In the 4v1.
In the 4v1 against the pistol. Electronics really demanding here, but it's fine.
I mean, hell, I kind of like it, actually. You know, no mistake mentality is kind of needed here for NaVi.
Sure. But they're going to run up short anyway. Plopsky too late. He could catch Perfecto, but he does not.
Bomb has been planted.
Oh, yes he does. Simple's coming in. And it's a good job for NaVi to get rid of those pistols. 3-3, and full eco now from the NiP side.
Oh, let's take a look at what's going on over at the B stream as well. We got Vitality versus Team Spirit. And this looks like round 15. I don't know how they've left ahead of us this quick, but look at them go, man. Looking good for Vitality over there, staring down the barrel of a 2-0, a Team Spirit. They don't turn that one around. We can start homing back in on our little matchup here. Full eco round for NiP. Probably not going to get that exciting.
Especially not when they execute, completely cut out. Maybe some smoke spam for the pistols, but NiP are trying to fight mid with 5, and they see nothing there. Realization setting in, NaVi are even hunting. If Sundayoung went through that smoke to window, he'd have a lot of kills on offer, but they're going to drop under and fight Connector. Ooh, Perfecto, full faith, full confidence, they don't kill him. And they come through the smoke. NaVi taking the lead is a good sign on the T side as well. Just based on what you already talked about with the troubles that NiP have been having on T sides in general, regardless of last game. And in Jungle are NiP. Not for long though, back to spawn with a flawless round from NaVi.
All right, Simple. He's got a great spawn here to attempt a ramp pick, and he wants to do it. Simple running in with this AWP. Won't have anyone crossing. S-Tag's playing it safe from CT. Over here in mid, Electronic is the man to get the ball rolling. Oh, in a very big way. They can't stop him now. He's picking up pace. Simple winning fights as well. And hang on a moment, we've been transported back a year or two here. This round was all Electronic and Simple from the get-go. Electronic goes on a tear through mid. His is kind of infinitely more impressive, but Simple still nails the one shot he was given. That's forced a save out of NiP immediately. The round just started. It just started. We were building this up. Oh, they got rifles finally. Is this where it turns around? No, it's not where it turns around. Electronic just too good.
Yeah, he's really good at finding gaps on T sides, right? And one of them that we have seen often in the Mirage games for NaVi has just been running up short, getting into ladder, getting B splits, unearthing A stacks as well. Something he was doing in both the Vitality and Fnatic game on this map. So great to see from Electronic, fresh to the in-game leading role and looking fresh indeed with a triple kill in that round. Now NiP, well, they've spent almost all of this game on pistols, and this round will be right back to them.
I just can't imagine what that feels like if you're NiP. You just got like hardcore pugged on. It was a window smoke and a guy running down short, shooting at every conceivable angle. I like something out of an MM game.
He's going for it though.
But he still wants to take the fight. That's Simple for you. Might have taken one of the dome. He does not care. Oh, where have we seen this little tag team before? Electronic owns middle. NiP, didn't you get the memo?
Dude, I'm getting deja vu. It's hurting my brain. Well, at least NiP know what to deal with coming into that next gun round, because S-Tag just walked into that one. They didn't look too ready for such a speedy pace. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. NaVi done a number on them twice now. It's a kill from Rez, but should be all that is easy for Electronic. 3 again from the captain. 4 alive. NaVi have built up quite a bank account. We got players on 13K coming into their buy. A reality check for NiP that this series is not done yet.
I know, he's really making it look like he's deep in thought. But how much thought does Electronic go kill actually take? I don't know. Can't imagine much. Rez posted with that AW. Knows that no one's made it out middle. Simple had the ramp spawn again. He's been trying this every time he's been given the ramp spawn. Every time he really wants to catch NiP on the cross. But they've never ran anyone you know, vulnerable to that ramp fight. Smoke now fades, and Simple's holding while his teammates are starting to filter out past him. S-Tag, they are coming your way, bud. Full flashed and trapped at default.
Yeah.
Sumdai Young's gonna run him down. Brolin looking for an angle up over the bench.
Wow.
Oh, it's good for Brolin. Dropping the bomb, still a threat, still a nuisance, but finally flushed out by Perfecto. And now that bomb gets away from NaVi. They need to try and contain this. They've got to try and regain a bit of control here, but with Sumdai Young tagged up and no util to nullify any of these angles, it's going to be tricky. They're going to have to fight their way through it.
Oh, that's one way to do it. Second quick shot from Rez. Perfecto tries to fight that open spawn. The nade is going to be good, but Rez hits his shot before it lands. And 3 kills from the AWP. We even see 2 taken out of the round for NiP. Nice work for Brolin, dude. Going through that smoke on jungle side by dropping one of his own, finds that bench angle to get a dink off back sight, and then drops 2 players crossing to default. That was really nice. Even S-Tag, who just lived for a few seconds there in a very uncomfortable position, getting flashed out by both sides, getting pushed from Palace and ramp. Bought enough time for Brolin to get his groove on. Rez, though, he's just such a solid AWPer he's looking like right now, and in their game yesterday.
Well, Blade's got something to say. He feels like he's noticed something here that NaVi could use to get back into this and stop NiP streaking some rounds together. Oh, double AWP as well. Rez and Hampus donning them. See, Hampus used to be the guy who could pick up that secondary. Interesting that S-Tag's just said, guys, please, I don't want to see another AWP ever again. Ooh. Oh, Rez. Dead trying to go for that lower peak bit. Able to take space in middle now, and NaVi have run down short. No one's even accounting for this. No one's even thinking about it. Hampus has to divert his attention back, but they're already in the site. He's gotten past them. He sees the barrel as Simple, but it's just the tag. And then Electronic gets his revenge. NiP sent packing NaVi onto a 7th. And it feels like NaVi have woken up.
Yeah, I'm loving the pace out of some of these T rounds right now for NaVi. They're not going to get stopped doing it, taking quick mid and getting these B splits off. Well, why give up? Why give NiP any respect back? With every round that NaVi get on the T side, the doubt increases that NiP will be able to replicate this as well on what has been their biggest problem piece. Not just for this roster and you know, even pre-DJL, even pre-Hampers, but especially in the recent couple of tournaments for NiP on T-sides in general, those problems have reared their ugly head again. Oh, messy spray as they run down the guns and trying to nice saves at the end here, forcing only Brolin to survive. They will buy round this, no doubt about it. Could even get a glass door, but unlikely.
Yeah, it's kind of weird with like NiP and T-sides, isn't it? Because they've been disastrously bad, then we've had like improvements, then we have like a return to them being a struggle. Feels like the kind of like natural state of order is that they're not a very good T-side team. And then when they put all this work in, short term, they'll shoot back up there and suddenly be able to give us something worth talking about on T-sides. But then as teams figure that out and piece it all together, they kind of trend back to the norm, which is struggling on these T-halves. Timeout for NiP, and justifiably so. Let's just address it. Mid is a problem. The fact that NaVi have walked up catwalk in so many of these rounds with nothing more than a window smoke in the way is concerning. That's not a good thing. You're not giving them that real estate by design. Normally it's wrecking you and no one's even looking at catwalk. So we need to see that get contained. You cannot let NaVi have this much freedom in mid. It's giving them way too much to work with.
Plenty of options to do that, right? We could have insta window boost up to ladder. We can have Rez take the AWP short. We can have con flashes come through. Even a mid take from NiP properly. But right now it happens again. NiP didn't buy, funnily enough. They could have dropped guns over and gotten a decent rifle round, but they want the AWP so badly. They're going to hold off for it. Nice shooting for Brolin with a flash peek. That's more like it. They knew Simple was going to be on the angle, or if not him, then Electronic. And so they will get rid of that AWP in mid early on. But look at Electronic. From ladder is already in the window room. And he's got to drop off and make noise if he wants to fall into the window.
You know, there's almost like nothing wrong with giving up mid like they are. It's just the fact that Electronic knows about it too much. Like, he's too aware of this gap. And he's just going to keep using it till you stop him.
Funnily enough, there are ways to fall off of these bricks and fall into... Whoa, bit! Oh my god, that's the gun drop. You could fall off these bricks into windows silently. Stiko has got the ways, but...
You get the rounds falling apart.
This is falling apart, Harry.
I don't care about Stiko right this moment. Look at it. Perfecto and Sumdai Young are suddenly in the 2v5. Stiko can't save them now. The bomb dropped at ramp. And Perfecto shot in the back. It's a flawless eco round for NiP.
Stiko would have gotten rid of that eco round, I can tell you that, Harry. But yes, that's out of nowhere, and it's all off the back of that Brolin flash play into middle. Gets that AWP dead immediately. That's the first domino that falls. Bit gets back, turned into the short side, caught out. And then, yeah, Electronic timed in window. I mean, 1 by 1 here for NaVi. Not your typical round. That shows the difference when you don't get that 5-on-4, just how easily things can slip away.
Yeah, and I get the feeling that there was maybe a bit of a misunderstanding between Bit and Electronic, right? Like, Bit crossed assuming that short was fine because Electronic was in ladder room, but he hadn't been holding it for a long while.
Ooh,
Perfecto snuck out, and Estag got the receiving end of that.
Poor Estag this game.
More horrible things happening to him. Oh, Bit's up in the air, and Rez dropped onto Goomba, stomped in the connector. Plant comes in, Plopsky and Hampus can't do a thing. There's a smoke in the way. Hampus is nullified over on the catwalk, and Plopsky's hoping and praying that someone overextends, someone gives them a reason to go for it, but they're not being given that reason, and so it will be a save.
This is what Sunday Pro League BO3 Gauntlet looks like, Harry. This is pretty normal. From a full eco win, flawless round from NiP to run down the ladder in A, jump over the stairs in A, and win a rifle round like that in seconds. NaVi, when they're on, they're on. You can't deny it. They've had some just audacious T-side rounds in this game. Everyone has picked them up. And NiP put in a box. Only 5 CT in this map right now, not in the perfect position.
Okay, right. We can all stop looking at Estag because thankfully they're not leaning towards A early this round, so maybe he gets a chance to play. There's only Perfecto over in Palace. Instead, NaVi want to try and take this lower tunnels control. Use that to route into mid. Oh God, I said the only guy is Palace. Estag, come on now. Come on now. Just
It's fine, it's a good off
No, it's
angle.
fine. Just don't go any further.
He's not, Harry. He's not. Look, he'll be absolutely okay. There's no way the Perfecto would perfect clear this position and find a 5-on-4 for NaVi. They're chilling.
Oh God, NaVi, they've grabbed the bomb. They're coming back towards A. They want to go A. You go Estag. In some hot water here.
It's not like he's even made any like crazy mistakes.
He hasn't. He's just been getting annihilated somehow, like through the weirdest ways.
And they do crazy things. They get weird. Luckily, he's got a bit of support. Rez AWPing ramp from CT lets Estag play this very wide angle on top of Balk. But they are coming into Palace. They are going to fight. Oh, nice shot for Bit. Here's Estag. He's got a gap. They duck underneath it. Dear, oh dear, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Rez, kill them all or lose the round. There's your option.
Oh, mate, his teammates all dying as they try to rotate in, and he's even flashed off the angle. Rez, now that he's given it up, he's got to dance around these crosshairs, but the double AWPs are making it interesting. Shot onto the bomb plant, and Hampus will get traded. Rez still at CT. They know about him. Even though that molly's going to slow the plant down, won't be enough to win him the round. Rez might just have to save this AWP. Might just have to write it off, and that's going to give a 9th to the NaVi team as they just sit pretty. Even having the option to go hunting if they want.
Oh, just gets around the corner, but Bit saw him there. Oh, no, he didn't. I lied to you. Rez now does have the chance to escape. He's just got to care about Electronic who's coming in through B-Apps as well. If he hangs around, Bit might just find him in the site after all. Oh, ah, oh. Something's going on. Electronics now running. Good shot from Rez. Will he be ready for B-Apps? Regardless of the fact it's 9 T rounds for NaVi. As dominant as Inferno felt, this much looks the same. We've had a couple of signs of life from NiP, but this has not been their game.
All right, last-ditch attempt to shoot for a 6th here for NiP. Great return to form from the NaVi squad, spearheaded by big performances out of Electronic, Bit, and Simple. You know, we just didn't really have this kind of trifecta back on Inferno, but now it's very much present for their T-side of Mirage, right when they needed it. Easy does it on the default. S-Tag waiting over here on default. Oh, I don't even like knowing where he is, man. It's fine. Look, Brolin over here looking over the con smoke. Bit's right there. Right on the other side of it. Brolin didn't see him. They've got really close to con. This is kind of an invitation to split A. Like, you've got all this respect in middle. No one's challenging them from Cat. S-Tag's dead immediately from Connector, of course. Brolin's like, sorry, I wasn't watching it, and now here they are. Electronic gonna find that point man up at the top of con. Rez, in a lot of these rounds, he's been relegated to save because he has to think about the money. At least it's round 15, so Rez is here fighting till the very end. That could be something because he has... Oh, no! Simple up and into the fight. Good for 2. It's left to Hampus in the 1v5.
And it's not going to last long. 10 rounds for NaVi. Well, Inferno was a pipe dream for them, but Mirage is looking a hell of a lot better as they pick up double digits on the first half. They need to reverse sweep this series to keep the playoff contention in their pocket, in their chances. We'll be back soon.
Moment for this team. They needed it, and Kjærby did deliver a 6th round foul. Even with saving players, but Vitality know we can't give them leverage. We can't give them an opportunity to come back into their own, because we were kind of even entertaining the idea of double digits at the turn of the half. Only was 9. 2 rounds have been gained on the City side, not consecutively. So maybe that's why the tacticals come through as well, Jay, to get rounds 1 in a row.
5 more in a row would put them past the finish line and end this in 2-0 fashion. Right now, there are a number of teams that really would hope the Spirit would lose to make their journeys into the playoffs a little bit easier. Again, they're tied up with Fnatic and NaVi right now on the table. Even teams like Endpoint and NiP might see Spirit as standing in their way. So to get this 2-0 done and focus on their own game, certainly clear up the vision for us as the viewers. Damage done to Wonderful to start things off in this round. No kill just yet for Vitality.
It is quite passive on the ramp take, considering how many ramp players there actually are for Vitality. You've got no mid player. The only presence over towards B is obviously Dupree quite deep, but they've got a setup in mind and the AWP to fire.
Bait out, but still the kills coming for Apex and Zywoo. 2 dropped, 3 dropped, no trades found by Spirit. They'll try and look out towards mid, but Dupree has that marked. And Magic's in a 1-on-5. No way. Nothing he can do here.
Sort of overpeak any one of these low HPs to try and see if he can fight.
You can hope and pray, but he'll get very little out of it. 30 seconds left. Even then, the CTs have adjusted towards him. You've got players extended out towards mid, the AWP in particular, just watching Waiting for him to prop out. He is on the boost, so he might give up a ghost on some sort of pick back here, but unlikely even that happens. Footstep would have been heard there by Apex. But no one's going to go for the hunt here. Vitality still a little bit shaky on the money line. Let this weapon stay in for Spirit. But get to 12 to 10. Again, you mentioned that they want to string rounds together in a row. To do that, you need the confidence of the setups.
NaVi well and truly on the road to recovery here, trying to make this a 3-map series after all. It's a 10-5 half for them on their T side of Mirage. Now they get to move over to that CT side of things. And they're looking to long this one out all the way to overpass. The series started on a bit of a sour note for NaVi. They've risen to the occasion now. It's a big game across the board. But Simple, Electronic, and Bit have been the big three to make this happen.
Yeah, the mid-picker players, right? Every round just running amok and disrespecting NiP's defense. We'll see how the offense looks now for the NiP side as they just scrim out of ramp with a flash or a smoke rather over Con. Well, they're gone. Sunday Young hits 2 in the head and even sees a third as well. Rez shot through smoke in Palace. It's not getting any easier here for NiP.
Ampus has been spotted. Glock v USP at range. S-Tag does win one of these A fights, but that's the bomb getting away from NiP now and leaving Hampus in a really dire spot. He's going to try and walk down mid, but he's being held from pretty much everywhere, and Simple's got it locked in with the lower tunnels walk. So NaVi now with a pistol under their belts, up on 2-11. They stick the landing with these conversions. There might only be 1 or 2 rifle rounds left in this game for NiP.
And you know, looking forward to Overpass. If we get that way, it certainly seems like we will. You know, that's been a worrying map for NaVi. They've had some dangerous results, but mostly it's been dubs. I guess it's recency bias. My worries came from yesterday. Vitality read them like a book. It was super one-dimensional. NaVi didn't look too special on those T sides. Yeah, I'm unsure what to believe going into map number 3 of Overpass, especially considering NiP have already played up to a level we've not seen in this tournament yet, in this entire group stage, just off of map 1. But maybe catching NaVi sleepy to start the day. Well, they haven't done it here on Mirage. 12-5 eco round under the rug, and now a full buy for all the marbles, Harry. They'll be out of chips at the casino if this is not a NiP round. Oh, he made it. Oh no, he bailed.
They're actually trying to face from window. That's kind of ballsy. And Simple's even taking room over here at ramp. All right. Well, this is a lot of information to go off of Simple. I think he does just want to keep going with this. Oh my word. NiP, he's right behind you. They haven't moved from top mid yet. They're playing a slow default round, and Simple might be about to ruin it all. They're coming back to get the bomb. Simple's just hidden, just hidden. He hears them throwing smokes. This is so wild. He's running with the enemy. Oh, there's the bomb taken away from NiP. S-Tag's got to turn around now and try and deal with this. He's freaking out. He's wondering, what crazy thing's gonna kill me now?
Now Simple's flanking apps as well. I mean, if he finds this, yeah, that would be too far. Hampus headshotted, still survives. Now they
30
know,
seconds as they've got the bomb.
Yeah, they know the backline's clear though. They know Simple came from A. They can likely overwhelm the site. The bomb needs to make it up. Con, they're splitting up. Players jumping into B at the same time. That look like A from the get-go. S-Tag now alone. Simply no time. They've seen him. 4 and 15, having a roughie. They're gonna face from the site, and he's dead as well. Oh, that was way too split for a 30-second hit.
Yeah, I mean, losing the bomb in the back line was really the thing that threw them through a loop. As mentioned, it was like a slow default round. They were trying to fake it was a B hit. You kind of lose the ability to fake when Simple's borderline cleared everything. And then it left them, 34 seconds as they picked the bomb back up, trying to make a play happen. Hampus just kind of ran to his death over towards B. That one wasn't so pretty. Maybe the least forgivable in the round. But everyone else, also on their own solo ventures over at A, far removed from the bomb, did not leave NiP in a nice place. And that's really not how you wanted your first rifle round to go. One of 2 rifle rounds, worst case scenario that you're going to get. You needed something that just wasn't that, something far nicer.
Well, now they're going to bite down on the B crunch. Simple and Perfecto on the site. Couple of tags hit, but NiP haven't thrown in those flashes. Brolin's lining them up now. After he held mid for a second, there's a smoke in the way. Ooh, NiP might have to hold off for a moment. Flashes swapped to Hampus instead. Allows Brolin to lead the charge with one of these Tech 9s. Perfecto a bit now. Simple's rotated out, re-smoked. They might not have time to respect it. They might just have to go.
Yeah, Perfecto falling back, but he is caught out over at jail. Bit takes 2 to the grave with him. This is already a good solo hold, but he will get run down eventually. Plopsky's Deagle even dealing with the rotate out of Simple, and now this is where things get interesting. But that third man cut out, Plopsky going on a bit of a tear. Suddenly NiP have got something riding on this one. Just Electronic left to try and get past. They don't need to face him here. Might be temptation for Plopsky to give it a jiggle, and he will. And now he's got that info, just going to ride that high, get out of there. Electronic trying to go for this, and he has read it well. Forces the peek out of Hampus. Oh, but he can't quite follow up. Plopsky goes on a tear, 3 in the round, the hat trick to find a 6th for NiP. It's a damn good attempt from the NaVi squad to hold the line, right? Those B rushes can get out of control, especially when you're kind of caught repositioning. You don't have a lot of ways to fight apartments early with the setup they were running there, with Perfecto having to fall back to jail. And Bit, I think, really did all he could to make that round happen. At the end of the day, he is just one man getting run out by 5 pistols.
Oh, NaVi, they smoked the top, they molly the top boxes immediately. Hampus now knows he's got them trapped under, though. Oh, this is not a great spot to be in for Electronic by any means, and so NaVi will have to dedicate men to fight mid. In the meantime, NiP just explode out A. Oh, S-Attack jiggles the orb shot. Oh, second missed for Simple. He's going to have to go back for more from somewhere else. Con has been smoked, though. Shots through, won't connect. Brolin's even in jungle. NaVi are kind of locked out of this round because of the hit came in so early. All this util is still fresh and getting recycled. Rez can re-molly jungle as well. A re-smoking Con. This is a lost round for NaVi, and while they don't know it, Hampus is here to really add insult to injury.
Yeah, the hunt from Hampus is kind of cool that he's just been here since the start of the round. They shouldn't be too ready for him. They are considering it, but it's kind of, you're half-arsed in considering it. Hampus making a bit of noise now. They've learned about him, and Simple is here just holding for this swing. In the end, NiP decide not to bother hunting. They'll let NaVi get away with those guns. They're more than content keeping 5 alive and building up a bit of their own money. Ooh. Now, over here on the C stream, let's break this one down for you. Fnatic versus Endpoint. That's into the second map now, the map pick of the Fnatic squad. And it's 9-8, pretty much neck and neck over there, Hugo.
Yeah, close game. Endpoint putting up a fight. They've had a lot of close maps in the group stage, obviously coming in as the weakest team, but still took a game off of NaVi 2-0, so some very impressive wins, but can they long it out against Fnatic? We'll have to wait and see. Simple warping deep apps. Gonna flash him off though. Let Perfecto take that position instead. Simple can try and bait for him. We'll set him up with a flashbang of his own. Out it goes. Simple looks in deep. Ooh, crouched under the shot. Lucky to be alive is Plopsky. Simple once more.
Yeah, I think, you know, a little frustrated that all of these last attempts have come up short. He's had now 4 shots of this AWP miss. So he's really determined to try and get the one that hits, and this could be it.
Oh dear.
Instead, naded out of the round. Simple. Sent packing with a HE, and a 5v4 for NiP now finds itself low and slow as they try to milk it for all it's worth.
Nice big game, Perfecto the gun up balcony. He's holding the flank. Window's been open a long time with NaVi pushed in on ramp. Young will flank, but it will be too late. It will all be reliant on these players in the site. Holding off and buying time before NiP plant. Now Young's running. Timing might be good here. NaVi still need kills. Look how deep they're in the site already. Crossing behind the back pillar. A bit flicks back for one, but he's got many more targets to find. Rez trades onto a triple is Rez. And no matter how good, how fast the flank is, it's not fast enough. 1v3 now for Young. And they've already set up for the short side.
Hampus is actually about to really ruin his day.
Oh.
In lower tunnels, of course, Hampus. Oh, his day's not ruined, and actually it's been made. Getting out with an AK now, Young at least saves something. Red's gonna go on the hunt, really does not want to let them get out of this round with anything, but he's already missed this timing. Young is already in T-spawn, running away with that rifle, and there's nothing that Rez can do about it. Still, this is 8 for NiP. This T side actually has some legs on it after all. They've now broken the money of NaVi. I've got to say, once again, I'm kind of surprised. This is actually more of a fight than I thought we'd get out of the NiP boys. Plus, I think we're seeing some signs of Simple feeling frustrated, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean,
His last 5 attempts at getting stuck in with that AWP have come up short.
Yeah, that nade, right? He really was stubborn about taking those fights,
and that's normally not
very
so much of a quality that you attribute to him, right?
Yeah.
It reminds me of, like, you know, back when, for example, you had like Smooya and Fnatic. He would have moments where you could tell frustration was getting to him, and he'd be like re-peaking angles over and over and over again, to the point where it was problematic. Simple, kind of teetering on that edge in this round. I'm still not worried. It's Simple after all. There's not really too much you tie to him for a very long time, but let's see if he can get out of it. There are some telltale signs shining through, so let's see. Just a low econ round here for NaVi.
I mean, it's 3 in a row now for NiP. It's not the end of the world, but it has broken the money for the moment. NaVi on 1 AK. Young gonna get boosted down low. We've already seen the dangers of this, and how the hell do you get out of it? Well, they decide not to even assemble as a bit of a kerfuffle comes into the lower, and Young full flanks. But again, it's a flank that won't matter because NaVi have already lost the sight. They don't know it, but they've lost the sight. Man under the balcony does get a trade. Simple, oh, there's 2 on his plate. He takes them. Now, out from Palace, Simple swings for a 3rd. Only damage. The fact that NaVi are even in a 3-on-3 in this position is excellent, but it won't last for long. No celebrations yet. Rez catches Perfecto crossing, and this 1 AK is still in the round.
Yeah, Young still in a position to try and make something happen here. And NiP, they're going to play right into the AK. There's even a big flank coming in for Electronic all the way through spawn, but he can't get here in time, especially if Young just stays alive. If he can slow him down at all on the cross, that's ideal. But not a focal point. Electronic knows he's hit a good timing here. Even getting 1 is massive, but yeah. Doesn't have to rush this, doesn't have to jump the gun. Electronic, they turned around. S-Tag spotted him. What? Yes, now Young swinging, trying his best to make up for that flank not quite landing. Missed shot for Rez's AWP. Him and S-Tag in the 2v1. S-Tag spam down low. Young, 1 more bullet would have done it there. It's so close, but S-Tag lives on for now. Nade gonna send Young down in a sandwich. And Rez is even wrapping ramp, repositioning on that AWP. Young's running out of chances. Thinks he's on triple. He's not. He's gotten out into the CT spawn, and that's now dawning on Young. He just wants to save, but not even that's guaranteed. Rez holding onto ramp. Should have this kill locked in, and he does.
Dude, What on earth is that turn for Esatag? Not only does he perfectly find the timing for Electronic out in the open, unsavable there for Electronic, who, you know, he knows like he could have taken a kill there, but getting one kill, you know, it's no guarantee for a round. It still leaves Young in a 1v2. He wants to milk that for all it's worth, and Spidey sense is just tingling.
The thing, yeah, I mean, I like to think that's because throughout this entire game, as we've really homed in on, Esatag has just been getting BS'd constantly. And so there's that part in his brain that goes, well, I don't want to die stupidly to a flank right now.
They also realize they're not getting any contact. Like, the AK's here, but it's not fighting. Why isn't it fighting? Where is that second player?
Yes, that's true.
Think about how many flanks that NaVi have pulled out of the CT side with Young pushing ramp, flanking B. All these flanks have come in. Simple pushing A early in the half. Yeah, crazy round. And NiP now have to get past the rifles to find double digits, but I can't say I'm not believing in the possibility, because NiP have woken back up again in this T side. Not where we expected to see them.
NaVi now need the win as well. There were worlds in which NaVi still could have gone through, even with losing this series, but it hinged on that Vitality matchup going 3 maps for that to happen. That hasn't happened. Vitality won it 2-0, and so now NaVi need this victory if they want to make it into the top 3 here of their group. Oh, that's a big kill for Perfecto. Hampus doing all he can to pull this one back. Perfecto still a threat inside of the site. Hoping he can buy time. Young is moving in, is moving over. Perfecto will not concede control of B. Plopsky in the clutch. That molly forces a swing, but Perfecto makes it look easy.
That's a sick shot. Not easy at all. With the molly spread, he knew the exact angle he was going to get faced. It just gets pre-fired. First bullet headshot. Lovely round out of NaVi. In a 3-on-3 trade into B, you do not expect Perfecto to put up 3 kills there, but he just holds down the line. Solo Dolo does it for NaVi when they need it most. Huge round to try and send us to overpass. NaVi still fight for it. Rez on a T-side orb. Ramp. Electronic out under, off spawn. They did not expect that one. Can they stop it from escaping? Yes, but Hampers will not live longer than that. Bit helps out the trade, and that is how you bail out an underplayer. NaVi show us well. 4-on-3 with a low Esatag. Might have to take this orb back off of Rez and spawn as well. This is a very difficult round now for NiP to shape up.
They're really hoping they're given a fight, but no one's in a position to get one other than the low player in apartments. Perfecto gonna win it, and with Esatag brought to his knees and knocked out of the round. Oh, Rez, it's just a tag.
Robbed.
Young concedes the angle at least. You put the fear in him with that AWP shot, and so Rez doesn't die. That's something. Allows him to keep the 2v4 pipe dream alive that much longer, but with 30 seconds left,
it's done.
Only ladder room under their thumb. They might just have to save. They might just have to hold on to a Galil and the AWP into the next one. It's essentially all NiP are gonna have up against 15 for NaVi.
Counter-terrorists win.
A sigh of relief for NaVi now. There was a little streak in the middle of this T side for NiP, but NaVi seemed to have put a lid upon it, and with that save, it is a desperate call to have to make. Look at the money around it. This is why they made that call happen. The 2-on-4, 3 players with a couple of grand each. NaVi poised perfectly to take their map pick in the series, take us to overpass, and long out this game after all. Molly smoked in the window. Simple hits the cross shot. He will eat a tag at least, but barely grazing in comparison to what he inflicted to Hampus. The nade, oh, just avoided. Gets out from behind the boxes. 3 strong at B for NaVi, and no better time to do it with NiP setting up the apartments. It's a little out of the picture, but he will be able to fight Hampus and come in late from Catwalk. Minute on the clock. NiP sneaking their way in.
Oh, Rez is going to win that somehow. That's going to hit the go button now for NiP. They got to get past Perfecto on short, but they do. There's still a second man here. Bit's going to hold the line with one of his own. Tech9's loose inside of the site, but Young's here to deal with it. Bit beats him to it, and there's even a flank through the apartments. S-Tag about to get shot in the back to close. Electronic is the man to put 16 on the board for NaVi. We're going to overpass. This one rages on long into the night.